Ambedkar वैदेही जयम उत्कर्ष शिवराज खोब्रागडे वेंजुल सिन्हा नाडे साई रामदास प्रियांशी शर्मा चाहल लिधारी ईर्षिता अरविंद पाड़ीकर अदिति संजय सिंह बायस सोहम गुणवंत शोभने शादान फारूकी पटेल महबूब बाबू पायल महेंद्र वालदे भूषांगी समेलिया कौस्तुभ वाजपेयी बी शरणवीर श्रेया पांडा कृति शर्मा रिद्धि मुकेबार
भाऊ आहे ना समोर भाऊ समोर आहे
सुनैना संदीप खुराना साहिल संजय अकलकर लक्ष्य सुरी खुशबू सौरभ तिवारी इंद्रजीत सिंह मान वीनू विंसे इंद्रजीत वीनू विंसे candidates for the degree of 1 year LLM postgraduate degree course batch 2024-25 in absentia are Bush Rishita Sudhir जादवर ज्ञानेश्वरी राणा, रौनक शुक्ला, जसवंत सिंह कुशावा. Thank you, Honorable Lordship and Leadership. Honorable Chancellor Sir, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Laws, batch 2020-25, whose names are set out in the list. They have been examined and found qualified for the degree of PhD honors, to which I pray they may be admitted. Candidates taking the degree of PhD honors, batch 2020-25, please stand forward.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, I admit you and also the candidates in absentia to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Laws in this university.
Candidates for the degree of PhD honors, 5-year degree course, batch 2020-25, in person are Amok Tani, Ravi Gupta, Ananya Srivastav, Sudhiti Yadav, Krishna Jain, Pawar Athar Sunil, Shruti Sharma, Ishan Kumar Jha, R. Dharini, Samarth Sanodia, Srishti Verma, Ridhima, Kushagra Bhatia, Ayuri Shukla, Aditi Rathore, Nitish Kumar Shukla, Muskan Mishra, Samruddhi Nagar, Garima, Manish Goyal, Devika Dev, Pragya Mathur, Pavin Singh, Devansh Munawar, Udvik Verma, चरिता सिंह, प्रखर जोशी, अविश मित्तल, अपरिमिता शरद तिवारी, सेजल अग्रवाल, आयुषी जेविश, आयुष राज, रामदळे श्रुतिका नितीन, पतंगे अनुष्का विवेक, पार्थ नौकरकर, चाणक्य केनी, करण गुळवते, वैमन मनोहर चाकप, दापुरे राजेश्वरी सुनील, सोनाली उत्तमराव इरपाचे, मोहित पिसे, हंसिका बेखारिया, कुणाल दीपक मानमुरे, मृणाल वैष्णवी संभाजी, देवव्रत वाडे, सारांश वासनिक, उन्नती तांबागडे, गर्भिये सेजल प्रशांत, महागुळे इशिका विजय, वेदिका सुनील जाधव, रिया उटे, सानप पृथ्वीराज विलास, संजना दीपक गजभिये, शिर्के श्रीराम सत्यन, काजल जितेंद्र शिंदे, मयूरी ढोले, अथर्व चंदन के, सेजल सुरेश फटके, आजना उके, अंकुश कोडवे, शाश्वती संजय पाटिल, पारेकर संस्कार सुरेश, हर्षद किरतकर, सिद्धांत मोदी, कृष्णा प्रिया जया, प्रियांशु चतुर्वेदी, कीर्ति बजाज, अनंत जैन, हर्षिता दुबे, यशवर्धन सिंह शेखावत, मिनल माहेश्वरी, स्वस्तिका सक्सेना, शेखरिया राज सुरेंद्र, ऋषभ जैन, सलोनी कौशिक, दीपक सिंह, गौरव हटवानी, ऐश्वर्या त्रिपाठी, वल्लभी बिसाल, ईशान अभिजीत चौबल, कनिष्ठ देव शर्मा, शीत सिंह, ईशा मेहता, गौरव धांगले, candidates for the degree of 5-year BHIM honors, 5-year integrated degree course, batch 2018-27. In absentia are Anil Mike, Laksh Sheva, Rishabh Rawat, Pranjal Kumar, Harendra Singh, Kanish Tiwari, Dev Rajiv Marathi, Ira Dilip Kurkure, Shubhangi Solpir, Murdare Sahil Satish, Kode Aishwarya Sunil, प्रेरणा नागदेवी, अली अब्बास अब्दी, अनिश गुप्ता, बकुल तिवारी, मयंक गांधी, प्रत्युष त्रिपाठी. Honorable Chancellor Sir, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Laws, honors in Adjudication and Justicing, batch 2020-25, whose names are set out in the list. They have been examined and found qualified for the degree of BHIM honors in Adjudication and Justicing, to which I pray they may be admitted. Candidates taking the degree of BLLB, Honors in Adjudication and Justicing, Batch 2020-25, please stand forward.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, I admit you and also the candidates in absentia to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Laws, Honors in Adjudication and Justicing in this university.
Candidates for the degree of BLLB, Honors in Adjudication and Justicing, final degree course batch 2020-25. In person are Akansha Singh Bisen, Akshit Batra, Aditi Atul Bhaiya, Anshu Malik, Hartarkar Arya Abhijit, Atharv Chaurasia, Bhavya Popriya, Devika A, Gawai Devyani Dilip, Dipanshu B. Tenguri, Gopal Aryan, Ishita Kumar, Jatin Srivastava, Nikose Kamuti Vijay, Khushi Rawat, Krishna Jain, Mridula Nagar, Muskan Goyal, Sabi Om Srikanth, Parth Vidyasagar Shinde, Vardniri Prajna Deepak, Pragya Pushkar, Hardas Purtha, Rami Hami Vaishnavi Shashi Bhushan, Shinkare Sanjeevani Sanjay, शशांक चांबळे, श्रेया सागर भोयर, सौम्या त्यागी, स्पर्श धोंडेकर, सुकृति श्रीवास्तव, रानी सोरी, मुरलीधर वैष्णवी शंकर,
ये क्या इसके बाद
वेदश्री
ये अभी आइए।
कुमार,
ये आइए आइए क्या सही माना
three candidates of
तुमसे ढूंढना है प्लीज
I request the Honorable Lordship and Ladyship to award the degree of LLM to those candidates. The names of those candidates are Khushbu Mishra, Sunaina Turana, Manvi Nagar, candidates for the degree of BLB Honours in Convocation and Justice, 5-year degree course batch 2020-25 in absentia are Aditya Bajpai, Deepika Rajkumari, Mohammad Abduluddin, Soumya Sori.
May we now request Registrar Sir to present before the Honorable Chancellor the record of degrees and medals for signature. Moving forward, we request Registrar Sir for the award of medals.
I request Honorable Chief Justice Bhushan Gawai, former Chief Justice of India and former Chancellor of the University, to offer the gold medal to Harendra Singh. Honorable Vice Chancellor, please escort Honorable Chief Justice Bhushan Gawai. Since Harendra Singh is not present, the medals on behalf of him will be collected by his sister, Vidhi Singh. Harendra Singh is awarded the University Gold Medal for the Best Student Overall Excellence Grade. He is also awarded with the Sri Hiralal Suraman Patel Gold Medal for securing highest marks in the batch 2020-25. Advocate B.G. Chaudhary Gold Medal for securing highest marks in the subject jurisprudence. Advocate T.B. Mirza Gold Medal for securing highest marks in criminal law. 2. Senior Advocate K.H. Deshpande Gold Medal for securing highest marks in law of evidence. Advocate Binoy Kumar D. Gold Medal for securing highest marks in property laws. Srimati Shivkumari Mishra Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in law of contract 1 and 2. and Srimati Sulbha Dharmadhikari Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in Constitutional Law 1 and 2 amongst male students. I request the Honorable Sri Justice K.V. Viswanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, to offer the gold medal to Minal Maheshwari. Honorable Chancellor, please escort the Honorable Sri Justice K.V. Viswanathan. Minal Maheshwari is awarded the University Gold Medal for the best student overall excellence female. She is also awarded Srimati Hansa Sudaman Patel Gold Medal for securing highest marks in the batch 2020-25 amongst the female students. Advocate S.Y. Shikukar Gold Medal for securing highest marks in criminal law 1. Shri Chandanlalji Daga Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in cleaning 1 and 2. Dr. Purushottam Lakshman Bandakar Gold Medal for securing highest marks in principles of legislation and interpretation of statutes, and Dinesh R. Doshi and Company LLP Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in taxation 1 and 2. I request Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Khanwilkar, Judge Supreme Court of India, and the Chancellor of the University to give the gold medal to Aparinita Sharad Tiwari. Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, please escort Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Khanwilkar. Aparinita Sharad Tiwari is awarded the Advocate Lakshman Rao Thapre Gold Medal for securing highest marks in Family Law 1. Shri Padmakar Keshavrao Pandey Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in Constitutional Law 1 and 2 among female students, and Lakshmi Narayan Gold Medal for securing highest marks in Administrative Law. Thank you, Lord.
Put a smile. फाइट करो बेटे मम्मी थोड़ा सा एक तरफ थोड़ा उठा थोड़ा नीचे
Honorable Justice B.S. Shikukar, former Judge Supreme Court of India, to give the gold medal to Swastika Saxena. Honorable Vice Chancellor, please escort Honorable Justice B.S. Shikukar. Swastika Saxena is awarded with 2 gold medals. 1. Senior Advocate C.S. Kaptan Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in Family Law 1 and 2. And secondly, late Advocate R.V. Patil Gold Medal for securing highest average marks in Labor Law 1 and 2. Thank you, Honorable Lord. The next candidate receiving the gold medal is Srishti Verma. I request Honorable Srimati Justice Bharti S. Dande, Judge High Court of Bombay, to give the gold medal to Srishti Verma. Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor Sir, please escort Honorable Srimati Justice Bharti S. Dande. Srishti Verma is awarded with the gold medal as late Advocate A.B. Oka Gold Medal for securing highest marks in Code of Civil Procedure and Law of Limitation. Thank you, Honorable Leadership. The next candidate receiving the gold medal is Pranjal Kumar. He is awarded with the gold medal Advocate Gunwant Rao Yadav Garote for securing highest marks in intellectual property rights. He is absent since the gold medal, therefore the gold medal is being given in absentia. The next candidate for gold medal is Aditya Bajpai. He is awarded with the University Gold Medal for the best student for overall excellence made in BA LLB honors in adjudication and justice. It is being awarded in absentia. I request the next candidate for the gold medal is Bhavya Pokhriya. I request Honorable Chief Justice Anil S. Pilo, Judge High Court of Bombay, to give the gold medal to Bhavya Pokhriya. Honorable Vice Chancellor, please escort Honorable Lordship. Bhavya Pokhriya is awarded with the University Gold Medal for the best student for overall excellence female in BA LLB honors in education and justice. Thank you, Honorable Lordship. The next candidate receiving the gold medal is Khushi Rawat. I request the Honorable Srimati Justice Urmila S. Doshi Khage, Judge High Court of Bombay, to give the gold medal to Khushi Rawat. Honorable Vice Chancellor, please escort the Honorable Leadership. Khushi Rawat is awarded with the gold medal as late Srimati Banubai Chandrakant Chauhan Gold Medal for securing first position amongst female students in BA honors in education and justice. Thank you, leadership.
We now proceed to announce.
I also request Khushi Rawat is also being awarded with the another gold medal as Manoj G. Moriani Gold Medal for securing highest marks in principles of taxation laws. I request the Honorable Dr. Milind Sati, Advocate General of Maharashtra, to give the gold medal to Khushi Rawat.
We now proceed to announce the recipients of the Sriha Scholarship, which is conferred by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and awarded in accordance with the norms of the Scheme for Pedagogy and Research in Intellectual Property Rights for Holistic Education and Academia, SPRIHA. As per the SPRIHA norms, two meritorious students, one from the undergraduate program and one from the postgraduate program, who secure the highest marks in intellectual property rights, are awarded a scholarship of Rs 15,000 each. We will now request Shri Deepak N. Bhagwat, Registrar of the University, to announce the recipients of the SPRIHA Scholarship.
The recipients for this year's scholarship are Ms. Shreya Panda and Mr. Pranjal Kumar. I request Senior Advocate Shri C.S. Kaptan to present the certificate of appreciation to Ms. Shreya Panda from the LLM Master of Laws Batch 2024-25 for receiving the Academic Excellence Scholarship instituted under the GPIIT IPR Chair. Thank you, sir. The Academic Excellence Scholarship instituted under the IIT Chair IPR, DPIIT IPR Chair to Mr. Pranjal Kumar, BLLB Honors Batch 2020-25 is being given in absentia.
Thank you, sir. Today, we are immensely blessed to be graced by the august presence of His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Atul S. Sandhurkar, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chancellor of the University. His Lordship enrolled with the bar on 21st July 1988 and commenced legal practice at the Bombay High Court, initially in the chambers of Senior Advocate Shri B.N. Naik and thereafter at Nagpur, where His Lordship built a wide-ranging practice across civil and appellate jurisdictions. In June 2013, His Lordship was elevated as an additional judge of the Bombay High Court and in March 2016 assumed office as a permanent judge. On 30th May 2025, His Lordship took oath as a judge of the Supreme Court of India, marking a significant milestone in a journey devoted to the service of justice and rule of law. Over the course of His Lordship's judicial journey, several judgments delivered with His Lordship's association have engaged with vital questions of constitutional liberty, institutional balance, and democratic governance. Since November 2025, as the Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, His Lordship has been a constant source of guidance and inspiration to the university, nurturing its academic vision and strengthening its institutional character. Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur considers itself privileged to be guided by its Honorable Chancellor and is deeply honoured by His Lordship's presence on this solemn occasion. We now request Professor Dr. Vijay Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, to invite His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Atul S. Sandhurkar, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chancellor of the University, to deliver the Chancellor's address.
Honorable Sri Justice A. Sandhurkar, Judge Supreme Court of India and the Chancellor of the University, sir, I have the honor to request you to deliver the Chancellor's address.
Namaskar and very good morning to all of you. Since we are at the Convocation, I will first greet all the proud parents and all the young students and graduates. Shri P.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Shri B.R. Gawai, former Chief Justice of India and former Chancellor of the University. And Justice B.S. Sirpurkar, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. My esteemed colleagues, Justice Bhakti Nagare, Justice Anik Milor, Justice Urmila Doshi, and all other distinguished colleagues from the Bombay High Court present today, along with their spouses, all respected former judges of Bombay High Court, former Chief Justice, Justice B.P. Dharmadhikari, Advocate General for the State of Maharashtra, Shri Milind Sathe, the Principal District and Session Judge, Shri Surana, along with members of the Registry, the State Information Commissioner, President of the High Court Bar Association, and other office bearers, esteemed senior advocates, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I heartily welcome you all to the 4th Convocation of the Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur. In a relatively short span of time, this university has established its distinct identity amongst various national law universities in the country, drawing strength from its central location and its unique academic approach. The university has been fortunate to have received unflinching support and guidance from Justice V.S. Sirpurkar, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, as well as its distinguished former Chancellors, Justice Sharad Bobde and Justice Bhushan Gawai, both of whom have adorned the seat of the Chief Justice of India with distinction. The university is privileged to have Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India, as the Chief Guest for today's convocation. He has the distinction of being directly elevated to the Supreme Court from the bar and is an ideal role model for the young members of the legal fraternity. We are in fact fortunate that today we have amongst ourselves the esteemed members of the bench that delivered the path-breaking decision in the bulldozer justice case. Former Chief Justice Shri B.R. Gawai and Justice K.V. Vishwanathan were members of the bench that delivered the said judgment, which has now turned into a landmark decision. Shri Justice B.R. Gawai, besides being a founder member, was the second Chancellor of this university, and during his tenure, the university firmly established itself as one of the most sought-after place of learning amongst various law universities in the country. He continues to guide us even today. After demitting office, he is now Professor Emeritus at the university, sharing his wide experience and expertise with all of us. I place on record the untiring efforts of the Vice Chancellor as well as the entire academic team and faculty members for their invaluable contribution in nurturing an institution that continues to grow in stature and intellectual vibrancy. Your contribution in maintaining the high standards of the university cannot be ignored. On this momentous occasion, I heartily congratulate each and every graduating student as well as all who have completed their higher studies. You all now join the ranks of young legal professionals ready to serve the nation. Though your stint at this illustrious place of learning may have ended, your professional journey will now commence. Ahead of you lies the professional world, rich with opportunity, choice, and at times uncertainty. The discipline of law equips you for diverse paths, and the arena for you to contribute is quite wide. There are numerous challenging avenues available to you. While making such choice, I would urge each one of you to be conscious of your responsibility to the society. As students of law, society expects you to contribute in whatever small way that would help all of us achieve the constitutional goals of equality and fraternity. Money and recognition should not be your only focus. What must guide you is the impact you create, the extent to which your work strengthens institutions, safeguards rights, and contributes meaningfully to society. Historically, members of the legal society with legal learning have occupied positions of profound responsibility. They have shaped constitutional frameworks, defended civil liberties, guided reform, and have strengthened democratic institutions. The legal profession has often stood at the forefront of social transformation. Hence, the society has great expectations from you all. Today, technology and artificial intelligence are influencing each sphere of life, including the legal profession. They have brought remarkable efficiency and innovation. At the same time, they present new and complex challenges. Your generation is uniquely placed to use technology wisely and responsibly. I would, however, urge you all not to allow technology to replace the development of fundamental professional skills, which would include reading, reasoning, drafting, and activities which require human engagement. These skills are the foundation of the profession. I would urge you to use technology to strengthen and polish your work, but always remember that technology continues to remain your servant, and do not let it weaken your original thinking. Please bear in mind that no work is insignificant and no location is small. Success is not confined to metropolitan courtrooms, nor does transformation occur only in big cities. A committed lawyer in a district court, or a judicial officer in a remote region, or a professor of law in a rural college, or a policy advisor working quietly behind the scenes always contribute and can influence countless lives. To the proud parents who are present today, the university heartily congratulates you all on the success of your beloved ones. Your sacrifices, encouragement, and faith have shaped these young graduates. Their achievement belongs to you as well. At the same time, students should be mindful of the sacrifices made by their parents and should always remain indebted to them. Your contribution in maintaining the high standards of the university would take it forward. Before concluding, I may only remind all the young graduates that what matters is your progress and not the speed by which you seek to achieve it. Even if it is slow, you have to stick by it. I am confident that you would use your learning for the benefit of the society and would bring honors to the university. Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you, Lordship, for your enlightening words. Today we are deeply honoured and graced by the august presence of His Lordship, Honourable Shri Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India and the Chief Guest of the Convocation ceremony. His Lordship graduated with first rank from Coimbatore Law College, Bhartiyar University as a part of the first batch of the 5-year integrated law course between 1983 and 1988 and was awarded the Bachelor of Laws degree. Enrolled as an advocate on 28 October 1988 with the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and subsequently transferred to Bar Council of Delhi, His Lordship began professional practice in New Delhi. From November 1988 to October 1990, His Lordship worked in the chambers of Mr. C.S. Vaidyanathan, Senior Advocate and former Additional Solicitor General of India, assisting in significant matters before the Supreme Court of India, the Delhi High Court and various courts and tribunals. In recognition of exceptional standing at the bar, His Lordship was designated as Senior Advocate by the Supreme Court of India on 28 April 2009 and later served as the Additional Solicitor General of India from 26 August 2013 to May 2014. His Lordship also appeared before the Justice Verma Commission of Inquiry and the Justice M.C. Jain Commission of Inquiry and contributed to Chief Justice J.S. Verma Committee report on effectuation of fundamental duties under the theme of administration of justice. His Lordship's engagement with the law extends to scholarship and public discourse through editorial contributions to national publications and lectures delivered at law colleges. On 19th May 2023, His Lordship was elevated as a Judge of Supreme Court of India, a testament to a journey marked by learning, service and dedication to constitutional values. I humbly request Professor Dr. Vijendra Kumar, Honourable Vice Chancellor of the University, to invite His Lordship, Honourable Shri Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India and the Chief Guest of today's Convocation ceremony to deliver the Convocation address.
Honorable Shri Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, sir, I have the honor to request you to deliver the Convocation address.
Honorable Justice Bhushan R. Gawai, former Chief Justice of India, former Chancellor of the University, my distinguished colleague Justice Atul Sandorkar, Judge Supreme Court of India and the Chancellor of the University, Honorable Justice V.S. Sirpuka, former Judge of the Supreme Court of India, Justices Bharati Dangre, Justice Crore, Justice Urmila and other Honorable sitting judges and former judges of the Bombay High Court, Dr. Milind Sathe, the learned Advocate General of Maharashtra, Professor Dr. Vijendra Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Registrars, esteemed members of the faculty, proud parents, guardians, and above all, my dear students, a very good afternoon to you. I deem it a great honor and a singular privilege to be invited to address you all at this convocation ceremony. Convocation ceremonies occupy a distinctive place in the life of the university and students. They mark both the culmination and the commencement. They recognize years of sustained effort while also signaling the assumption of professional responsibility. Speaking of institutions, my intelligence wing has alerted me as to what truly happens on the campus of MNLU Nagpur. I have had interns from here. At the entrance to the academic block stands the famous iconic stairs, apparently cinematic enough to rival popular culture. Nearby, the lakeside amphitheater hosts impromptu jamming sessions, and along the perimeter walks after dinner Students debate life, philosophy, friendship, and occasionally law, which is often where real learning quietly takes place. And then I am told there is PMC, which is so integral to life at MNLU that even Google Map has recognized it. Not merely a meeting point, but a negotiation table, a counseling chamber, and occasionally I am told a peace settlement forum. These are not diversions from education, but an invisible curriculum. The classrooms will teach you sections, but these spaces teach you reasoning, the kind no textbook can teach you. Before I go further, I want you to pause for a moment and acknowledge the quiet, unseen contribution of your parents, guardians, and teachers. Those of you who have had occasion to listen to the commencement speech of John Roberts at his son's school would have seen that at the beginning of his talk, he appealed to the students to give a great round of applause to the parents, guardians, and teachers. May I request you to give the same? Years ago, your parents brought you here, helped you settle, and then returned to homes. They felt a little emptier in your absence. That was one of the many sacrifices they made. Your time in college has given you more than a degree. It has given you friendship that may last a lifetime, conversations that have shaped your thinking, and relationship that will anchor you in the years ahead. Your formal education may conclude today, but your real learning begins now. Today, you are not just receiving your degree. The knowledge you have acquired here will be applied in contexts where consequences are real, immediate, and often enduring. The law does not operate in abstraction, it operates through people. Over the next few minutes, I want to share a few reflections that I hope will remain with you long after the ceremony is over. What I have learnt is that the life of a legal professional follows a demanding but a deeply rewarding rhythm. Your Chancellor rightly mentioned in his brief but a hugely meritorious address about uncertainty. A meaningful reflection on this profession must begin with honesty about its realities. My advice to you is not to overthink. Do not overthink. Nature has its own way of taking its course. As long as you do whatever comes before you with sincerity. Uncertainty is a part of this profession. We have all been through it. We have all been through it at the initial stages, but don't let that affect you. Do not overthink. Just focus on the task at hand before you. Even Steve Jobs spoke about how you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future, and believe me, they connect if you are sincere in your purpose. The only meaningful antidote to uncertainty is preparedness. Preparedness to the very best of your abilities. When you prepare rigorously, even if circumstances shift, you remain steadfast. Second, do not jump to conclusions. Preparedness is your armor, but is not a guarantee for success. This is a humbling profession precisely because it refuses to reward effort with certainty. Move forward regardless of whatever has happened, as long as you have done your duty to your utmost satisfaction. I remember a story which I read long back of Michelangelo, the famous sculptor. He was painting frescoes in the Vatican. He had called a friend for lunch, like most of us would do. Let's meet for lunch at so-and-so place. The friend landed up. He landed up at 1. But Michelangelo, who was on a scaffolding at one far corner, completely forgot that he had called his friend and came down at 4 p.m. and to the shock, noticed that his friend was waiting. His friend asked him, "It's all right that I had to wait, but you were working on a corner of the wall. Who on earth, tell me, will know that that corner was imperfect?" Michelangelo replied, and this has stood with me over a long period of time, "I know, deep down I will know that that corner was not perfect." And that is the level of dedication that I want. You don't have to be a perfectionist, but you have to bring to bear on your work the dedication that Michelangelo brought to bear in the farthest corner of the Vatican wall. But I need you to remember that these experiences are not your defining moments. I mean the adversity or the setback that you may encounter. What will define you is how you respond to them, how you rise, recalibrate and continue, how you persevere. Let me tell you a real story of somebody who I deeply regard, my senior Mr. Venugopal's illustrious father, the late Shri M.K. Nambiar, one of the greatest constitutional lawyers this country has produced. He sat for the examination of district munsif and passed the written test. And then at the stage of the interview, he failed. Till this point in his life, he had only known the gratification that comes when hard work meets its reward. His efforts had borne fruit. Every endeavor had vindicated himself. This was something altogether unfamiliar for him. He couldn't believe that he had failed in the interview. It deeply affected him. But we all know one failed interview was not the end of his career in this field. His later contributions to Indian constitutional law from A.K. Gopalan downwards stand as a testament to something we would all do well to remember. Every disappointment does not foreclose long-term impact. One closed door opens another. Pursue what genuinely calls you, not what appears prestigious, not what your batchmates may want to do, not what something you feel is lucrative for the moment, but do something which stirs you. If you have a particular area or subject of interest, follow it with sincerity. Keep yourself abreast of what is happening in other areas of law, for breadth of knowledge will always serve you well. I remember reading long back that famous book of K.V. Krishnaswamy Iyer, Professional Conduct and Advocacy. He said, when a law report comes, you will have cases on shipbuilding, GST, those days not GST, taxation. But read up, somewhere it will come in aid, he said. The breadth of learning, the range of knowledge will always help you. You don't know when the holy spark will occur. And this is in fact not a mere practical advice. It has its foundation in the Bhagavad Gita. They call it their Swadharma. Let me spend a few moments on this idea of Swadharma because it is central to professional integrity and inner peace. It is nothing but pursuing what you have a natural aptitude for. Your initial aptitude for law has brought you here. Going forward, you may have a particular aptitude to a particular branch of law. Keep that as your niche area, but do not completely close other areas. Have a broad idea of them so that in law you cross-pollinate. You borrow from different jurisdictions. You borrow from other fields into one another. Income tax, you will find, converges all subjects, civil, even service law, converges in income tax. When back wages are paid to an employee, He doesn't have to pay tax in 1 year. He can stagger it. So like that, have a broad idea of all subjects. That's only an example. The Gita says, it is better to perform one's own duty imperfectly than perform another's duty perfectly. It is better to die in the discharge of one's own duty than to follow the path of another, which is fraught with fear. Marshal your strength. And here is where I admire all of you youngsters. You all have skill sets which our generation did not have. What are they? Look at your strength. Your generation has certain exceptional qualities which are worth mentioning. Most of you are capable of long hours of work with the ability to put your thoughts down to writing. I know that in this hall, each one of you can sit for long hours and write a monograph of 3,000 words, 5,000 words. Something which we candidly admit were not that something which we were exposed to. That's your strength. You have already interned in a wide spectrum of offices and institutions, participated in a wide variety of moods. We did have moods, but not the variety that you have all been exposed to, and are associated with research projects. A graduate of today starts with skill sets that were not available to the graduates of earlier times. But the beauty of this profession is not about talent alone. Many would have told you, and I am not hesitating to repeat, it requires hard and long hours of work for which you are already trained. Leverage on it. Many of you, I have already told you, the contemporary legal profession increasingly emphasizes specialization, driven by the necessity of navigating complex intersections of law, market, and technology. Take out time and at least write one article a month. Make an attempt. You may have it published, you may not have it published. But what it does is, whenever I sat down to write, I realized, or when I sat down to prepare a legal lecture, that it forces you to read up to the latest developments in the law. If you are lucky to have your article published and it is well received, that itself may throw up opportunities. In our profession, you cannot advertise. Seniors, clients, and even judges keep an eye on those who have specialized knowledge. You may be briefed in an important matter, may be asked to draft a pleading on the subject, or a judge may ask you to assist him or her as an amicus curiae. In a profession where you cannot advertise, these are legally permissible ways of making your capacity known. The learned Chancellor again touched upon an important subject of technology. "21st century lawyers are expected to cultivate new skills in technology. Anything that responsibly saves your time must be measured and mastered." That leads to the inevitable question which all of us have been cogitating about. What is the role of AI in the legal profession? AI in the form of an assistive tool can meaningfully save time, and you must be proficient in the use of it. You can partner AI, but you can't let AI replace your core function that you are supposed to do. You must understand at least fundamentally how these tools work. Know what prompt engineering is, know how to interrogate its output, how to spot when it has hallucinated. I'll tell you an interesting example. We had in the Supreme Court talking to us, Harvey's founder. Harvey is one of the leading AI companies. He told us that the company that he was running was engaged by a US law firm with one small assignment. They said, we have a case coming up in the US Supreme Court 6 months down the line. We want to know what questions will Justice Neil Gorsuch of the US Supreme Court ask during the hearing. Very small assignment. 11 questions were identified, and Gorsuch ended up asking 10 of them. That is how AI can assist. But why can't AI replace the human task, and why it will never do? Look at the following. But you must also know its limits. AI can retrieve, but it cannot judge. It can draft, but it cannot counsel. There have already been instances before courts where lawyers have relied on AI-generated citations that have turned out to be fictitious. The embarrassment caused to the professional is a separate issue, but the damage was to the client. Use it as you would use any tool, with skill and caution, and with your own mind firmly in charge. Never let an AI document pass through your hands without humanly authenticating it to the last INT. The moment you outsource your thinking entirely, you cease to be a lawyer and you become a conduit. And this is where the trained legal mind will always hold an edge that no algorithm can replicate. AI works with probabilities. It predicts what word will follow based on patterns it has seen before. That rest is up to you. All of you must be using it in some measure, but never let it replace your co-functioning. Paddy Upton, the famous, the sports coach, published a nice book, spoke about how personal mastery encompasses a multifaceted journey towards successful human living rooted in self-discovery and understanding of one's mind and emotions across various situations. It involves a commitment to strengthening character and deepening personal values akin to the roots of a tree, thereby enhancing self-awareness and awareness of others and one's environment. The profession, with all its handicaps and shortcomings, has a knack of picking up and thrusting talent. I don't have to go very far than to point out to the Honorable Justice B.R. Gawai, who is sitting here with us on the desk. Is an inspirational figure, came from a humble beginning, but with hard work, he rose right to the top of the legal profession. So at the end of the day, even if it takes time, opportunity will find its way, provided you are on the lookout for it. Make the best use of it. Time management is key. Law is demanding, whether at the bar, in chambers, in firms, or on the bench. Long hours are not unusual, a topic again touched upon by the learned Chancellor. Judges themselves often work far beyond what is visible in courtrooms. Work-life balance, therefore, does not mean fewer hours or reduced seriousness. It means recognizing your physical and mental health, especially, I emphasize that, are not expendable resources. Clear thinking, sound judgment, and ethical decision-making are not possible when health is neglected. It also means learning to derive satisfaction from the work itself rather than viewing effort as something to merely endure. That is where, when you are passionate about something, you will not feel the stress of work, but at the same time, you must spend adequate time on your health, especially mental health, so that you have your necessary diversion. Yesterday at the guest house, we found Justice Kilore's paintings. We were amazed to see that his great talent for painting. It could be a great stress buster. It could be a great diversion. Some of you may be interested in music, dance. Please pursue it. Sustained concentration is now a diminishing skill because there are a lot of distractions. And I must tell you, this mobile is a weapon of mass distraction. Try to keep far away from it when you are at work. I have found use for it if you keep it away in the morning hours. Fortunately, we don't take it to on the desk. Otherwise, at the profession, you are constantly addicted to looking at it, and that can, they say, disturb the focus. Focus, like sunlight, they say, must be direct. Legal practice, however, requires immersion. To read a file in parts is to misunderstand it. Accepting the demands of time is therefore also accepting demands of attention. The ability to remain engaged with the problem until its contours are fully understood is a professional advantage of enduring value. Today, the profession has gone beyond the binary of civil and criminal. You have interesting areas, you have complex areas of securities law, electricity law, insolvency and the bankruptcy code, competition law, you have technology and law, you have the Goods and Services Tax Act, which has come So be familiar with all of that. There are a lot of opportunities waiting for you. Compete with yourself and not with others. What appears effortless in another's career may rest upon unseen preparation, different circumstances, or simply different timing. Roger Federer, in one of such commencement addresses, gave an interesting statistics of his career. Federer played 1,526 singles matches in his career and won 80% of these matches. But look at this, he only won 54% of the points in those matches. That's how he won. He says 46% of the points he had lost. Excellence in law, like sport, is built on not winning every point, but on sustaining composure across many. Right now, you are new, but someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and experienced. Your time is limited. Don't waste it in living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown your own. Listen to your inner voice and pursue your passion. Do not be demoralized. This is something we have all experienced. Do not be demoralized by a bad day in court. Because of the cab rank rule, when you accept the first brief, first client that comes your way, if the plaintiff comes first, you take his case first. The same case, if the defendant had come to you and the plaintiff had gone elsewhere, he would be your client. You are not to judge, you are only to present the best case that you have. The result is not in your control. Do not think that you have to win at any cost. This is something I want to emphasize. Your first duty, and this is a maxim which will endure for generations, your first duty is to the court. Never compromise on your integrity. Be absolutely forthcoming before the court. It will pay you in the long run. Learn from any mistakes that you have made so that you don't repeat them. Senior advocate Fali Nariman, a legendary jurist, once spoke of how a lawyer must possess the intellectual capability to anticipate judicial responses to specific facts, a depth of understanding that goes beyond mere factual accumulation. He always mentioned about an advice Chandubai Daftari gave him. He said, once you are done up with your reading and the material, spend a lot of time thinking on the brief. When you are walking around, think of what will be the best proposition to put across. Which are the unanswerable propositions? Which are the propositions which will be easily answered and which won't take the case forward? Which is the solution that you can offer to the court? Because you are, after all, selling an idea. You are selling an idea to a court which is looking for assistance. So always keep this in mind. These are valuable advices. Read good biographies and autobiographies. I have found great benefit, not only in the life story of the protagonists, but in their experiences. You can pick up the good ones. You can also learn from the pitfalls. It is a never-ending relay race. There were legal professionals centuries ago, and there will be lawyers arguing in courts 100 years from now. Do your part in the relay race well. Serve the cause of the poor and needy. Never forget them. We are all lucky. We are all lucky that you have had this education. There are a lot of poor people in this country, a lot of needy people who will come to you either as a lawyer, or there will be a case which will come to you as when you become a judge. Always, take a special care to help the poor, needy, the marginalized and the downtrodden. While you do not have to hanker for any public office, if it comes your way, do not spurn it. I am telling you out of experience. It is a service you ought to give back to the profession. At the stage when you are around 45 or later, offers will come to be law officers. There are leading professionals here who have given up practice and accepted. It's not a sacrifice. Sacrifice is a misnomer. You have come to dedicate yourself for a service. Dr. Sate has given up his lucrative practice to accept the advocate generalship. You owe a public duty, though you should never, the life of you hanker for it. You will get what you deserve. That's the experience most of us have had. At this juncture, I remember a few words that Harsha Bogle, the leading commentator and motivational speaker, wrote about. We often talk about the three related perils of always winning: ego, overconfidence, and complacency. Teams that win consistently can sometimes start thinking they only need to turn up to win, can look down at the opposition and not give them the respect an opponent deserves. Never do that. At the profession, you will realize as you mature and age on that your opponent has put in tremendous effort. You really start, there will be a stage in your career when you start admiring the effort that your opponents put in silently. I have experienced this. I have seen my opposing counsel bring a new dimension to the case. I have always wondered, always admired silently. Very often I have gone up and told them after the case. Initially you will not be able to do it because you are competing, but over a period of time you will find, so you respect your opponent. He also puts in a lot of hard work, burns the midnight oil. I think, talked to you enough. It's now time to conclude. I welcome you to one of the most demanding, consequential, but a meaningful and a rewarding profession. Congratulations to the class of 2025. I congratulate each one of you. It's a very momentous day for you. I congratulate the medal winners. I congratulate those who have obtained a PhD. A PhD would involve a preparation of a thesis, involve a lot of hard work. I wish you all the best. May God be with you in all that you endeavor. Thank you very much for your patience this afternoon.
Thank you, Lordship, for your blessings and invaluable guidance. May we now request Professor Dr. Vijender Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, to invite His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Atul S. Sandurkar, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chancellor of the University, to declare the convocation closed.
Honorable Chancellor, Maharashtra National University, Nagpur, sir, I have the honor to request you to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
May we now request all the dignitaries on the dais and members of the audience to kindly rise for national anthem.
Janagana mana adhinayaka jaya he Bharat bhagya vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे Jaya 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 He.
We request all members of the audience to remain standing for the retreat of the academic procession.
procession leaves the convocation hall, dignitaries and graduates are requested to assemble outside the hall for a group photograph. Dignitaries, all invitees, faculty and graduates are requested to proceed for lunch thereafter.
Dignitaries and invitees are requested to proceed for lunch on the first floor of the amenities block, whereas graduates and their parents are requested to proceed for lunch on the ground floor of the amenities block. I repeat, dignitaries and invitees may kindly proceed to the first floor of the amenities block for
Not much, I think. Yeah, we can see it from the Chancellor's